All right, IGTV, here we go. Episode number 18, the success principles. Want to be able to just start off where we left off there with chapter number 32. It's transform your inner critic into an inner coach. And I think so many of us struggle with this, where we have these thoughts in our minds that completely doubt everything that we do. And then on the other side, we have this tiny little voice that says, you can do these things. You know, don't listen to anybody else. Don't listen to that doubting voice. And we need to give that inner voice the megaphone, the one that believes in us, the one that believes that we can achieve great things. And that's very difficult to do, but it becomes a habit over time. And so anytime that you find yourself in a stinking thinking mode, a downward spiral of negativity about yourself, you need to stop and immediately think about things that you've accomplished. So I know for some people, they'll actually get a piece of paper and they'll write down success every day. Little successes. Hey, I woke up on time. I was able to accomplish that project, on budget and on time. I was able to have, I've been married for a certain number of years. I've had a great relationship with a significant other. I'm, different things that you're doing in order to get to where you want to go. What happens is, for a lot of times as people, they end up looking at outside experiences to then validate. Oh, I have this car. That validates me. I have this income. That validates me. My children are acting this way. That validates me. The problem with that is that anytime those things go out of whack, then you no longer feel validated. And this one really happens in our mind. This is totally a mental game as you think about your inner thoughts. Remember this section, remember he broke it down, Jack Canfield, into different segments. So number one, the fundamentals of success was chapter 1 all the way to chapter 24. And then number 2 is transform yourself for success, chapter 25 to 38. Then the third section, build your success team, chapter 39 to 47. And then section 4, create successful relationships, chapter 48 to 55. Section 5 is success and money, chapters 56 to 62. And then the last section is number 6, and that's success in the digital age, chapters 63 to 67. I'm looking at this outline that he has actually available at, you can just look, the Success Principles PDF, and it'll bring this up. And basically a 92-page document about kind of the synopsis of the book. And here it gives you a nice little table of contents. So the next step that I wanted to combine this with as well is chapter 33, and that's transcend your limiting beliefs. So again, going back into our mind, how many of us have a limiting belief? How many people are struggling with what we consider, John Maxwell calls it the law of the lid, where based on where we're at, based on what we see, we only can see what we want to achieve right in here. We don't want to get outside of that and there's a lid on us. There's a lid on our potential because we're living on other people's expectations. We're living in what we only can see what others have done. Henry Ford was commonly said, if people wanted, what do you think people wanted at the day? They just wanted a bigger horse or a faster horse. They didn't want a car. And so he was able to then think about the opportunity and unlock that lid. And that's really where it comes down for each of us is, what's our limiting beliefs that we have for ourselves? It could be about our intelligence, it could be about our income, it could be about where you live, it could be about your familial relationships. And we hear constantly people that have broken the cycle. So let's break those cycles that are holding us back. Sherm's out.